Hello again, how's it going? Today I'm going to be doing something different from what I usually do, which is talk about a character. But not just any character, it's a character I made about 4.5 years ago and decided to redesign back in mid-2022. Her design, I know, popped up a few times back during my most recent sketchbook tour, and I said I would make a video about her, so I'm finally getting around to that. A little background for this character's origin is I made her probably sometime October or November of 2018 when I was still going through like my first Undertale phase, and she, along with some other characters before her, were a OCX, like an AU character, which most of the time was a Sans character, because of course it was. And you may be able to tell which one of the Sans character it was that I shipped with an OC to make Prisma, but like, yeah, just so that everyone's on the same page, it was Fresh and an OC named Sky that I shipped, and Prisma was a result of that. I do want to say that at the time I didn't know that Fresh was, you know, an emotionalist parasite that's asexual and aromantic, because, you know, this is 2018 and I was stupid, so whatever, you know, it's all in good fun. Yeah, you know, being a stupid young stupider. Wow. Anyways, one of the things I used to do was take attributes from both parent characters and try to incorporate them into the next character's design, but I was bad at character design then, so it really didn't work out well, resulting in her nickname being, you know, Fresh Clone. And for an original character, she wasn't all that original. So she was the character that came before Crescent in the story, and so when I did a major revamp for the world and removed all the characters that came before Crescent to try and make the world more my own, and not so Undertale and dependent on like the AUs, she was cut from the story. But for some reason, during summer of 2022, or somewhere in there, I decided that I would redesign all the characters that came before Crescent to where if they were part of the world, they would fit. I did a few other designs, but I did hers first because I knew hers would be pretty difficult considering the fact that she had almost an entire rainbow in her outfit, and I wanted to make sure I got the balance of the colors right, so she didn't look unappealingly tacky, you know? I'm not sure where in the video this part is, but at some point, it's gonna be the first Speedpaint part, but it's a drawing of her old design. It's not colored, it's pretty sketchy, but yeah, I had it, so I just added it. I've actually thought of re-adding her character to the world, though how she would fit in, I will go more into when explaining her character now. But for now, let's talk about designing her and go into some of the footage of making the first attempts of her design. So these next two speed paints are making her first design and one of the first finished illustrations of her, and then following that will just be footage of a speed paint that I did, just drawing her in general, making a design sheet, trying to get her character across in the drawing. I started first by making a sketch with a rough idea of what I wanted for her design. Then I made a sketch of how I wanted her jacket to look, because I know I wanted something specific for that. It was really just like the pants I had trouble figuring out, and I also knew I wanted the same general function of the glasses, so I wanted the colors to be complementary, like in the original with like cyan and yellow, because in my opinion that's a better complementary than purple and yellow, but whatever. But that's what I tried, was purple and yellow, but I didn't really want to use yellow in the glasses, so I went for pink and green instead, which I feel is much more fitting since there's a lot of pink and green in her outfit. For the pants, I wasn't sure if I wanted her to be in pants or shorts, because I was trying to go for something a girl like her would wear in like the 90s, but I wasn't really liking the pants very much because I didn't quite know what colors to use that would be a good balance. So I made two versions, one with pants and one with shorts. I was also trying to figure out how to incorporate orange into the design, because I didn't have much of that color in there. And in her original design, it did have orange. It had every color, including variants of the same color, but I couldn't make it fit, so I just cut my losses and cut orange out. I did try to make it work, but it just didn't, yeah, it just didn't work out. I think the pants could have been cute if I could have made it work, but it wasn't exactly what I was going for with like the silhouette, and so I felt the shorts were much more fitting for her as a character. Her jacket was inspired by some jacket designs I saw when googling that style of clothing from like the 90s. I don't remember what style because this was months ago when I did this research, so. And I also was like looking for generally popular clothing trends for younger women during then too, which is why she has like a tube top with like the thin spaghetti straps, since those were pretty popular for women. I think the shorts may have been too, but I don't remember because like I said, it's been a few months. I wasn't sure what color to do for her hair, shoes, and shirt. So I decided white would be the best since it's a neutral color and wouldn't clash with the other colors I had and make her design overwhelming because it's, you know, already pretty colorful and bright. So, and there was similar logic for her skin tone being a darker tan since all the other colors were light and bright. And just for fun, I decided to make her shoes those like roller skate shoes where it's like the shoes are like you can store the skate wheels inside the shoe, but then they can like come out and fold out to be roller skates, because I feel like skates would have been much more fitting for her than like, you know, Heelys or like a skateboard. And so I thought that those shoes would be a lot more for her, and it's also pretty interesting. I don't know if those were a thing in the 90s, but like I think it's fitting for her. So I also made her character to be pretty tall for a woman, at least in the US. Since Fresh is canonically 6'4", I decided to make her 6'2", which can add to the feeling of like of intimidation that I'm trying to give her. And she's, you know, more thickerly built, I guess. So she's intimidating for a woman. And personality-wise, I think she would be nice, but most people are put off by her because of like her energy and her style, and most people would agree that there's something just off about her, something that gives an ominous feeling. And then on top of that, you know, being a 6'2" large woman, not large, but like, you know, proportionally larger woman, she's pretty intimidating. And so if I were to put her in the world that she originally came from, I would change her from a skeleton, like she originally was, to a what I've been calling special creature category, which more specifically would be making her a Reaper, because I feel like that would be pretty fitting for her. I'm still, you know, that's still like a possibly changing aspect, but I feel like it would explain the ominous vibes that she gives. She just gives off a feeling of not good, like this person is possibly dangerous, you know, because I would imagine she would be a pretty strong Reaper. In this world, Reapers are, you know, a special species that have the ability to make scythes, to form a scythe, actually, with magic, because magic is in this world. When they do this, their irises turn a shade of red. Their scythe is usually correlating with the color of like their magic. So for her, it's like a purplish pinkish mix, because her normal eye color is like a very light pink, or not very light, but like a lighter pink. And so I think later on I may make a video explaining that world and like the structure, but I'm definitely going to wait until I have a better way of explaining. Anyways, I think I've rambled on enough about this character, and if there's any questions, please be sure to comment. I would love to answer them. And for now, I'll see you peeps later. Bye-bye. So I'm adding this in last minute, like, I just realized that I never stated this in the video, but, Prisma is no longer a, OC X Fresh ship, because, you know, I don't want her to be. She's just got a very similar style outfit as Fresh, because I redesigned her character, which was very Fresh inspired because, you know, of what I said, but she is no longer, like, a ship child, and I wanted to make that very clear by trying to make her outfit as unique to her own character as I could, but still trying to keep the likeness of the character's original design in a way, if you get what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, I just wanted to add that in because I didn't say anything about it So yeah, now I'm gone. Bye.